What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I'm C. I almost said P.
I'm P.
And today we're going to be reacting to Jim Jefferies' Gun Control Part 2. We did a part 1 already. Already should be uploaded already. So if you haven't checked that out, go ahead, watch part 1, then come back here and watch part 2.
If part 1 was funny.
Yeah, part 2 should be funny too.
So it should be.
Yeah, guys, if you like what we do, if you like our reaction, comment in the description.
Let us know what you think about our reaction and about Jim Jefferies down below. And subscribe
if you like what we do.
We're trying to get to 10,000 subscribers, so help us out.
And we want the bell notification if you want to get notified of our news videos. But yeah, let's begin.
Let's go.
Jim Jefferies, go to part 2.
Second reason, and this is the big one. I'm foreign. And that's pissing the fuck out of you right now. And your brain is on a loop and you can't fucking turn it off. And it's just going around in a circle and you're just going, if you don't like it, go home. If you don't like it, go home.
Why do we do that?
And my answer to that is no. Came here legally, I pay my taxes, I'll say whatever the fuck I want. Your First Amendment means that I can say the Second Amendment sucks.
That's facts. That's facts.
Unless you're an American Indian, you're a fucking immigrant as well. So people get so precious about it. Like, I understand that to Americans your Constitution is very important. I respect it, but please understand that every country has one as well. It's no more special than any other Constitution. We have one in Australia. I don't know what it says. I've never seen it. If there's a problem, we'll check it, but everything's going fine. And don't get me wrong, I get that the Constitution's important to you. I get it, right? I've had people come up to me in my face and scream at me in car parks as I'm leaving the theatre, going, "You cannot change the Second Amendment." And I'm like, yes, you can?
They did it already. Amendment. I like you. Yeah, you can.
If you can't change something, it's called an amendment. See, many of you need a thesaurus more than the Constitution.
They always say amendment to the Constitution. So, it's an amendment. Because you get change it.
Why is it so true that, like, we always tell people to go home? Like, we ain't foreigners ourselves. We're just like, if you don't like it, go home.
Country,
go back to your country. Bitch, you ain't from this country either.
Oh my god, bro.
Oh my god.
Like, I wouldn't use the majority. I don't know how it goes. I think majority of probably the House, Senate, or maybe the Supreme Court to say, oh yeah, we should change this. Yeah. President signs it. Oh, look at that.
There's like a percentage of each that you need.
Exactly. Amend it, change it. You know what I mean? But it's really hard to do because we put so much value
in it
on the Constitution.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a big thing.
That's what he's trying to say. He's like, you guys put so much value on it, but like amendment means
to change it. Yeah. To amend it. Let's continue.
If you can't change something, it's called an amendment. See, many of you need a thesaurus more than you need a Constitution. And if you don't know what a thesaurus is, get a dictionary. Don't think your Constitution is set in stone. You've changed things before. You used to have prohibition in there, right? And then people were like, hey, who likes getting fucked up? Yeah, I like getting fucked up too. Let's get that one out. You used to have this other thing in America called...
Amendment?
Huh?
Was that 19th Amendment?
I don't know. I'm stuck on who likes to
The
get
19th was either a prohibition or it was to give women rights to vote. But I think the woman one was like the 20 to 22nd, whatever.
No, I think the 19th was the woman one because now we celebrate June 19th.
Nah, that's not why. That's just a number of like constitutions. Yeah, but correct us if I'm wrong. I think the 19th was either prohibition or women's rights, or the 22nd was women's rights. I think some of the 20s was like African Americans too.
I think I don't remember the first
I forgot about government class in high school.
Yeah, I wasn't good with history.
I'm right somewhere in there, guys. Let's continue.
Slavery! Oh, it's getting fucked up too. Let's get that one out. You used to have this other thing in America called slavery!
Amendment.
And then Lincoln came along and went, that's it, no more slaves. And 50% of you went, fuck you, don't take my slaves! And then the same bullshit arguments came out that you have with guns. Why should I have my slaves taken off me? I'm a responsible slave owner. I am trained in how to use my slaves safely. Just because that guy mistreated his slaves doesn't mean that my rights should be taken away from me.
I bet some people really did have the argument. I bet.
They did. They probably did.
I bet some people did.
Just because I don't abuse my slave. Because, to be honest, that's kind of like, if you ever see the movie Gone with the Wind. In Gone with the Wind, the lady lived on a ranch and she owned slaves. But she treated her slaves like they were part of the family. Like they were like just maids and stuff like that for a rich family. That's pretty much what it was like. But that's how they treated their slaves. Other people across the yard were treating their slaves how you normally think of slavery, with the whips and the blah, 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 blah. So some people probably did have that argument because some people didn't
But at the end of the day, they're still slaves. You can free them and still, work. Because a lot of them probably dead free those slaves, but then they still work for them.
Yeah, they decided to stay there.
They need a job, but
because they were still being treated right. Some of them were actually were being treated right, even though they were still slaves.
Plus, you free all the slaves, right? Where are they gonna work? They have no skills. All they know how to do is this. A lot of them were actually back to work, what they were doing, but now for a salary, or not salary, but for a wage. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure a lot of them they go back, but it's like I'm pretty sure there's that argument, but at the end of the day, they're still slaves. You gotta release them. You know what I mean?
Yes, exactly.
Because that guy mistreated his slaves doesn't mean that my rights should be taken away from me.
Oh, God.
I use my slaves to protect my family. I keep my slaves locked in a safe. That's the thing. Why should I have my guns taken off me? I've done nothing wrong. Look, I agree with you. If you're a responsible gun owner and you don't fuck around with them, then you should be allowed your guns. You really should. But that's not how society works. We have to play to the 1% that are such fuckwits they ruin it for the rest of us. We have to walk as slow as our slowest person to keep society fucking moving, right? I take drugs like a fucking champion.
Right? Let me say about that. You know how I say the 1% is gonna F it up for everybody? One of the arguments that people make is that the people who actually use the guns to go and shoot up the schools, even if you ban guns, they're gonna find a way to get guns. Because most people who buy guns don't use it to shoot people. They buy it to a legal way. We're going to the store, getting background checks or whatever, right?
They banned alcohol.
Exactly.
They found a way to get alcohol.
So the people who actually, the argument is people who actually really want the guns to shoot people, they don't go to a black market and buy the guns. Like me and you want a gun, you're like, let's go to the store and buy a gun. But if we gotta buy it for like 10 times the price, we'll be like, fuck no, we're not doing that.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? But if you really want to use a gun to shoot people, you're gonna be like, okay, I can save up for like 10 times 10, get a gun and shoot people.
And then plus, if you, because right now the black market still exists, right? So the guns that they're selling at the black market are a very higher cost than the guns that you would to go into a store, because they have to be able to make that
probably you have to do no background checks, nothing.
Because they have to make the money to compete with the people that are getting it legally.
And make a big ass profit.
And make a profit out of it. Now, let's say you ban guns.
The price goes up.
Now nobody can sell guns. No, their price don't go up. Their price go down.
No. For
the black market I'm talking about. The black market's price, they're high now because there's so many stores that are selling guns legally.
I think it will go up. But think about it, right?
No, I think it goes down.
Okay, right now you're on black market, right? And they can buy guns from you and buy guns from everywhere else, right?
Yeah.
So you sell.
So why would I buy?
Listen, you sell a certain price, right? So why would you buy from here, buy from there? To make the people buy from you, you lower your price, right? But if they're banning guns everywhere else and you're the only one who have the guns, it's supply and demand.
Oh.
Now you have the guns, you put up the price because they're gonna buy it anyways. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But my argument is the people who really want the guns to shoot people, they're gonna get them gun anyways. Mm-hmm. But now, people who have the guns to protect themselves don't have the guns. Yeah. But you ban the guns from everyday citizens.
Yeah.
But the criminals are gonna get the guns anyways. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So they're gonna shoot everybody they want.
They're the ones that are already getting it from the black market.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So now you take guns from the regular citizens who can protect themselves, right?
My bad, people.
That's one argument.
I mixed it up.
Yeah, that's one argument. I'm not saying like we should give everybody guns because of that, but that's one argument that I've heard. Mm-hmm. That just banning guns is not the right thing to do because the criminals are gonna get the guns anyways. Mm-hmm. And now we are here with no guns. You know what I mean? That's one argument. Let's continue.
Such fuckwits, they ruin it for the rest of us. We have to walk as slow as our slowest person to keep society fucking moving, right? I take drugs like a fucking champion, right? We should all be allowed to take fucking drugs, but we can't, can we? Because Sarah took drugs and she stabbed the fucking kids. Thanks, Sarah. You fucked it up for everyone, right? Everyone should be allowed to drive their car as fast as they can do it, right? But we can't because Jonathan got drunk and ran over a family. Thanks, Jonathan! Now I have to drive at 30, you fucking idiot! See, that's the thing. Why should I have my guns taken off me? I'm responsible just because that guy's crazy. Who's to say you're not crazy? That's the thing about crazy people.
No, they're crazy. Yeah.
They're crazy. That's what makes them crazy. The only thing you know for sure on this earth is I think, therefore I am. You know that you exist. Anything past that is open to interpretation, right? You know you exist and that's it. Right now, I think I'm in Boston talking to 1,200 people. That's what I think I'm doing. But there is a good to fair chance that I'm in a mental home standing in front of a white wall going, See, one of the better arguments is, well, if you take the guns away, then only the criminals will have guns.
I mean the argument.
When they banned the guns in Australia, it worked. When they banned them in Britain, it worked. Okay, that Bushmaster gun that the kid was going to use in Sandy Hook cost like $1,000 American. You can buy it in Walmart. It'll be delivered to your house. That's it, man. $1,000, right? That same gun in Australia on the black market costs $34,000. Now, if you have $34,000, you don't need to be a criminal. You've got $34,000. You're a great little saver. Keep going. So that covers the criminals, but that doesn't cover the people who want to murder your family, that are coming after you and your family. It kind of does. Like, the people who do the massacres, it covers them because, okay, the kid at Colorado who thought he was the Joker, let's say that he had some social issues. The kid at Sandy Hook was Asperger's as fuck. Right? I don't know if you know a lot about the black market, but you can't just rock up at the docks going, guns! Who wants to sell?
but he couldn't go to Walmart and buy the guns either. So where did he get the gun from? Because if you're Asperger's, like he's saying, you can't go to a Walmart and just buy a gun also. Because you have mental issues. You're not going to sell you a gun, right? Mm-hmm. I think that's right. Well, if you have mental issues, they're not going to sell you a gun. So he got the gun from someone else.
I think you have to show them that you are, that you can purchase a gun.
So I'm saying, but if you have mental issues, they're not going to sell you a gun. That's what I assume, right?
I don't know.
I mean, isn't that, reasonable? Like, if you have mental issues, you get no guns? That's what I'm thinking is reasonable, but
I don't know.
I'm thinking that's it. Like, you can just work in a gun store, because they do a background check, right? Mm-hmm. So they find out if you have mental issues or not.
Yes.
That's probably one of the reasons they don't sell you guns, right? So that guy, obviously, who has Asperger's, then obviously go to a gun store and buy a gun. He got it from somewhere else. You know what I mean?
He said he ordered it online from Walmart.
Yeah, but you still got a background check. I think can you do that? Because you still got to do a background check if you order it online. You know what I mean? So let's continue this.
don't know if you know a lot about the black market, but you can't just rock up at the docks going, guns! Who wants to sell me a gun? Now, I'm going to wrap this up. We won't talk about it anymore. Now, see, the one thing that I do really agree with the right to bear arms, I really agree with that. The real reason it was written was so that you could form a militia to fight against a tyrannical government. In case the government became a bunch of cunts, you could all get your guns and fight back.
That's pretty much what
And that's why it was written. Yeah! And that made a hell of a lot of sense when it was just muskets. But you do know the government has drones, right? You get that? You're bringing guns to a drone fight.
It's like bringing a knife
Like,
to a
if we
gunfight.
went back to muskets, I'm all for it. Keep the Second Amendment. If we all have muskets, muskets are awesome. Every cunt should be carrying a musket with them at all times. You know what's good about the musket? It gives you a lot of time to calm down. Someone calls your wife fat and you're like, fuck you, buddy.
You gotta do this. Yeah. Man, what am I doing? What am I doing? You're like,
You're not you're all right.
oh,
That
man.
was good.
Oh, that was good.
That was funny. I think it was funnier than the first part.
Yeah, probably. I know. Is it? But
I don't know. I feel like I laughed more.
Yo, both parts was funny as hell.
Yeah. Oh my
Yeah,
God.
man. Gun control argument is not simple. I think people make it too black and white. The left and the right. They make it too black and white. I think we need to have a conversation about this. And there's no easy solution. I'm not saying I have the solution.
Yeah, I don't think.
But I'm hearing from both sides, and it's like they both have kind of good points. You know what I mean? But it's like
It's very complicated because I don't
Exactly.
think you should ban guns entirely, but I also don't think that it should be.
because another argument people
Easy
make
to
is
get
that to
guns.
ban all the automatic guns, right? But most shooters are not done with automatic guns.
Yeah,
Most shooters are done with handguns.
exactly.
So it's like you ban all the automatic guns, the big like M4s and whatever.
Yeah.
Most criminals don't go around carrying M4s and
Yeah, the people that
So it's
buy
like-
those things are pretty much collectors.
exactly, or military people, you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
they sit in a shelf
Or the
in somebody's
military, yeah.
basement that they just could be
And it's
like.
really important. The statistics, most shootings are not done with automatic rifles. They're done with handguns. So it's like, you get rid of the automatic rifles, then there's still shootings, because there's still handguns. You know what I mean? So it's like, and I think the right is afraid that they're going down the line. You ban the automatic rifles, and then they're going to be like, okay, let's ban handguns now. That's what I think the right are afraid of. But you say, oh, right now we're just banning automatic rifles for now. Or just other M4s and the those ones, we're banning those ones, right? After you ban those
It's
ones,
like-
right? Then you're like, okay, now we can slowly come for the handguns. You know what I mean?
It's like right now we're taking away all the dark liquors,
Exactly.
and then prohibition happens.
Exactly.
So-
exactly. All right, guys. Jim Jefferies, man. Funny. This is funny dude.
That was funny.
That
Yeah,
was funny.
I'm starting to like.
Yeah,
him
we got
more.
part 1 and 2. I don't know if we're gonna do it back to back or if we're gonna spread them out.
We're spreading them out. We already published part
Okay,
one.
yeah.
It's already on
So,
our.
on it?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right then. So we're spreading them out. So just we should have an annotation, end card for part 1 and the end of this video. So if you don't watch part 1, you can go watch part 1. But yeah, guys, like,
Comment.
subscribe.
Bye.
If you forgot one thing,
Ring that bell.
there we go.
Ring it.
Bye.